This video is brought to you by BlueCert. BlueCert is a trusted provider for AI-related certifications designed to validate expertise in machine learning, data science, NLP, AI security, and more. You can go to bluecert.org to take a look at all of their offerings. You can explore the certifications. Here we have certifications on machine learning, AI healthcare, AI in finance, natural language processing, and many more. If I go to machine learning, you can see the different potential roles that are available for machine learning as developers and even different paths that are available. And this provides you with AI-focused specialization, flexible online exams, and also employer recognition. You can also check out some of the sample multiple choice questions on that category. If you're looking for certification for machine learning or AI related fields, check out bluecert.org. All right, everyone. Now I want you to do an activity. Activity simply means that all the skills that you have learned, I want you to apply it and then create an even and odd application or even an odd app that takes user input and tells us if the number is even or odd. So how would you do that? Think about this. You can pause the video over here and then start thinking about how would you create an app that asks the user to enter their input, like they can input 4 and the app will say it's even. They can input 11 and the app can say it's odd. So how do you do that? How do you build such a thing? So it's a good idea to pause the video right there, work on your solution. You can take help from Google, you can take help from ChatGPT, but just don't copy and paste. Try to learn things. And I would say give yourself at least 15 minutes, 15 minutes, not taking any help, just trying to figure it out on your own. All right, so pause the video, go work on the app, and when you come back, then we'll take a look at the solution. All right, everyone, so we're back. Let's go ahead and see that how we can build even odd. And you can build even odd in so many different ways. So I'm just going to tell you one of the ways that you can build even and odd application. Well, the first thing is that you have to ask the user for the input. So I'm going to say input function, enter number. Okay, and that number will go into a variable, and we can just call that variable number. All right. Now we know, because we have learned, that when you use the input function, it returns you a string. And even odd, since we have to do some sort of a division and mathematical operation, we have to convert the string into number. How can we do that? Well, calling the input function. That is going to convert the input, whatever we have entered, into integer. Now, in the last time when we used it in a little bit of a different way. So what we're doing is when we call the input function and we are going to enter something, let's say 4, right? That 4 is automatically passed to the input function. And that input function returns you 4 and then passes it to the number. So we're just wrapping the input function with integer function. And both these functions are part of Python library. So we don't really have to do anything. We just use these functions. Now, how can we tell if the number is even odd? One of the solutions that you might go for is you might say if the number is 0 or the number is 2 or the number is 4, then go ahead and say even. else, print, or. That might be your first try and you may come across this kind of a code. Let's go ahead and run this. I'm going to enter 4. Oh, it actually does print out that it is even. Well, you can already see a problem over here, right? This only take into account 3 numbers, 0, 2, and 4. And if I add all of these numbers into my if condition, like all the even numbers in the world, that will really not be possible, right? So we have to come up with a better way. So one of the things is when we take a number, an even number are those numbers that when you divide it by 0, the remainder comes out to be, when you divide it by 2, the remainder comes out to be 0. And one of those operators over here in Python and in other languages is this operator, which is the mod operator. The modulus operator, it's going to perform this action. It's going to take the number, let's say 4, it's going to divide it by 2, and it's going to return you the remainder. And if that remainder is equals to 0, then it's even. That's it. So basically, when you perform this operation, it is going to return you the remainder. And if that remainder is 0, because we are comparing it, see that? We're using the double equals to, that is a comparison operator. And if that remainder is 0, then it's even. Else, it's odd. All right. Now let's go ahead and run this. I'm going to enter 16. Even. Okay. Let's go ahead and run this again. I'm going to enter 45. 45 is coming out to be odd. And it looks like it's working correctly. If I run this and I say 10, it's even. If I go ahead and run this again and I say 13, it's odd, and so on. So this is one of the solutions for your even odd numbered problem. Again, try it out, practice this a lot, and try some different variations also, right? Maybe you want to try out applications like, well, factorial. Look up factorial. What is factorial? How do you calculate those things? All right. Or different activities that you can do with conditions. You know, you can always go to ChatGPT and you can say, create beginner activities for conditions in Python. It's just one prompt away. You can prompt it and then it will create. You can see that Python is going to create some activity. Look at the first one, even odd checker. That's literally the one that we just implemented. And it wrote the code, which is exactly the same that we have done. Here we go, write eligibility checker. And you can also say to ChatGPT that don't add only add the question, only questions and no solutions. Because you don't really want to look at the solution, right, when you're learning. So now it's going to go ahead and there we go. It's just going to create only questions and you can practice it out, right? So with ChatGPT, you can, if you use these tools correctly, like ChatGPT and Google and whatnot, then you can learn so much. But if you use it wrong, if you go there and you just start copy pasting, then you're not really exercising that part of your brain where you learn things. And that's the important part. So make sure that you are using these really great tools. You have ChatGPT, Claude, Cursor, so many different tools are available, but you use them in a nice way that you can enhance your knowledge instead of making you less smart, all right, and making you dependent on those things, all right. So hopefully you have enjoyed this section. Thank you, and let's go and learn some more.